Welcome to Molly with Chris. My name is Chris, and I'll be your host for this. And here's my team. Alright, so let's talk about points and motions. So I'm going to go through everything that we kind of talked about so far, including the flow of debate, just to give you guys a fresh up, but also because you may or may not, after seeing these videos a few times, being in practices, you might have a good understanding of how flow of debate works, know how primary and secondary speeches work, but you might still be confused about the points and motions that you can make. A lot of experienced delegates have trouble with this too, so let's go over this. So I might be a bit fast. If it's too fast, I apologize. So let's start. So the first motion that you will make in any Molly-UN conference will be motion to begin debate. This is what the chair will, when the chair will call everyone to order, will ask for points or motions. This is the first thing. It has to happen. Do not vote this down. You just look like a jerk. Don't do it. It's just dumb. Like if you do it, I don't know why you're doing it. Okay, next thing that happens, roll call. We already talked about this. There's a video on this. You can respond with present or present in voting. Watch the video for information on that. Now, something we may or may not have discussed already is quorum. So quorum is how many delegates you need to actually pass something, such as a motion for moderated caucus, a motion to begin debate. This is typically what is used. However, some votes do require 2/3 of a vote. We'll break that down for you later. It won't be in this video. So quorum is typically half plus one. So yeah, if you have 15 delegates, you need the majority, simple majority, 8 people, half plus 1, 7.5 plus 1 rounds up 8. Alright, next you motion to open the primary speakers list. From that point, the chair would, again, have everyone vote on this before asking for people to be added to the primary speakers list, where we would continue to set the order of agenda. After the primary speeches, you will have a motion to set the order of agenda, you will vote on that, etc. Then you will continue on to motioning to open the secondary speakers list. Actually, I apologize. Even experienced delegates mess up. So we see that you don't actually have to motion to open their secondary speakers list. As soon as you enter a topic, once you finish the primary speeches, the secondary speakers list is already permanently open. If the secondary speakers list runs out of delegates, the topic is immediately tabled, and this is typically frowned upon on the entire committee. Make sure you have people on that secondary speakers list, kids. So we have our secondary speeches. Let's move on. So there are different types of points and motions that you can make. So a point is something that you typically can interrupt someone who's speaking to ask this question. This is typically something where you have a question, something about the room or something. We'll get into those. However, a motion is something that you're using to progress the debate. So points of inquiry, this is a simple question. It's the most basic thing. It's almost the same as putting up your hand when you have asked a teacher something in school. So point of inquiry could be something as, who is the last delegate to speak? Who is the next delegate to speak? Are you accepting speakers or delegates onto the secondary speakers list at this point? Etc. The next is a point of parliamentary procedure. This is asking about how things are going to go, especially if you're a newer delegate, or if it's a nicer way to call out your chair if you think your chair messed up a bit, saying, don't you think we should have done this first? Point of parliamentary procedure, weren't we supposed to have a motion to not have a motion to open the secondary speakers list? That's something that you might want to say, something that you might want to clarify. It also gets you on point with what you're trying to figure out for the conference. Each conference will have their own set of rules. Some chairs might not want you to have to motion to open the primary speakers list, as an example. Point of parliamentary procedure is a good way to confirm all of that. We also have a point of personal privilege. This is something that's due to your personal comfort. So if it's really hot, you'd want them to turn on the AC or open the window. Point of personal privilege, it's really hot in here, could we have the door open or whatever it might be. Or point of personal privilege, I can't see. Point of personal privilege, I can't hear the other delegate speaking. Something like that, that's when you can interrupt someone. Again, a point is when you can interrupt a speaker, and a motion is when you cannot. Right? We also have a point of order. Please don't use this. 99% of the time your chair will be right. Your chair will know what they're doing. This point of order is what you're used to call your chair, saying your chair is out of order. Typically don't do this. Even if you think your chair is out of order, use a point of parliamentary procedure. It's just more polite. You don't want your chair to be mad at you, ever. It's just a bad thing to do. Just don't do it. Alright, so other motions that you have, we have motions for moderated and unmoderated caucuses, we have motions to enter voting block, we have motions to vote on things, and different ways to do points and motions. So let's talk about a few more motions. We'll have an example, and you'll see what to do.